Good afternoon, everybody. Good Wednesday afternoon. So we're down here tonight trying to get the front end situated, get the old front end out of Red 67, get the new front end in it. So a lot of questions about this. Why are we doing this? We had, in previous videos, when we first started this project, we had put a front end, we rebuilt the front end in Red 67. So there's a lot of talk out there about narrowed beams. What's the benefit of a narrowed beam? Well, that's what I want to take time to show you today. We're changing this car over. We're going to be running some 17-inch wheels. It's a good bit wider, 17 by 7s with a 195 40 17 front tire. So we want to tuck these tires in the fenders. So we got to narrow that beam to bring the fender well on down on top of the tire. And we'll be showing you that throughout this video. So what I want to do right now, I want to take time and just kind of show you the new beam that we bought from CB Performance. Really good quality. I've built these beams before, and I know a lot of you others have. It's not that big a deal to cut them and narrow them and put adjusters in it. But this is first class. This is a brand new beam. It's a fabricated beam. It looks really good. Got custom shock towers on it. Just show you a little bit of it right here. You can see I got the custom shock towers. Comes with new bearings already installed. You can see that there. You can see the adjusters. So I'm pretty anxious to get this in the car. That's the project for tonight. At least get it stuck up in there and see what it's going to look like. Got new lowered shocks, short shocks going on it. I'm going to put this car down a little bit. We're going to lower it on down a little bit, get it on top of the tires, and just kind of the look we're going for. Safety first. Where's safety third? No, safety first. So we're just putting the changed it to a late model Pitman arm off of a Beetle instead of a sand buggy. That way we'll be able to have our steering stops and it won't turn further one way than it does the other. I'll have some adjustment built into it. That'll prevent it from turning and the wheel weights getting into the front suspension. Something I noticed when we built this front end the first time, I just never did get around to fixing it. We had left that chrome Pitman arm on. Alright, so good Saturday morning, everybody. We're back down here working on Red 67. We finished up the front end last night. But we had not drove it. So things change after you drive it. They'll settle a little bit. We may have to do a little bit more alignment on it. First thing we got to do is change a gasket out in the gas tank. The sending unit's leaking. So we're going to put a new gasket in it right quick. Then we'll be moving to the back of the car. We'll try to finish this car up today. All this work is an effort, again, as I told you. Really trying to do good at Bug Jam. First time we've been there, it's a 12-hour ride. So, don't want to go down there unprepared. There's going to be a lot of really good cars there, a lot of super nice cars. And we want to do good. We want to represent really well. We want to look good. Those of you that know me know I don't do things halfway. Shame to say it, guys, but there wasn't no gasket in there to start with. That's a failure on my part. I put that in there a couple months ago. That's a failure on my part. No gasket whatsoever. But we got one. We'll fix it. We'll put it in there. We'll move on. Looking back, we had trouble putting the cap on that covers up the sending unit. That's why, because there wasn't no gasket in it. The gasket creates enough. This rubber gasket would have raised that sending unit up enough that the cap would have seated better. So there again, that's a failure on my part. Put these new screws together, we'll put them in it. It'll just be a lot better. Take your time, do things right. And see now that clip, that cap just sits right on there. It's amazing how things work when you do them right. All right, so now that we've got the front where we want it, we're pretty satisfied with it. We're gonna go back and let the back down one more notch. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and start taking everything loose right here. We do have the adjustable spring plates on here, so what I want to do is let the back off one notch. I'll lower the back one notch. Then if I have to, I can come back and tighten up on the adjustable spring plates. Again, these spring plates are new to me. I've never done this before, but we're gonna see how it works out.
The valve covers are tight, but man, they look good.
And they don't leak. Dang, I wish we'd stop and got some brake clean. All right, let's take. First thing we're gonna do is take the shocks off both sides. Might as well go ahead and take the shocks off both sides. We can get them out of the way. I don't think I'm gonna try to do it without taking all the brakes off. I've got to where I use this little Milwaukee impact a lot. I like it. They don't have a lot of torque as far as breaking things loose, but they'll run one out. Go ahead and take that shit out. Well, I'll in the camera. Hard to do any filming with both right there in the camera.
Yeah.
All right, go back and bounce on it now. I think we need to do the other side. We need to leave that right there. And you still got a little bit of suspension. If we make the other side look like that, we're perfect. We're done. We're not going any lower. You go any more lower, lay down and look under there and see how much clearance you got when you stop. Easier flashlight. That's perfect right there. The wheel's still
About
good.
an inch.
Can you see it good?
Yeah.
Okay, the wheel's still good and straight.
Yeah.
We need to adjust the other side now. That looks great, dude.
That's awesome. You still got an inch, and then we can shave the top of that, stop off just the fuzz and stuff happen.
Your wheel well clearance between your front tires and your rear tires kind of still matches.
Yeah, I can get my
If
finger.
we let this other side down, it's gonna lower this side a little bit. Woo! That looks good. That's what it's all about. We're not in no hurry. We're not trying to force nothing. We're taking our time. We said it the first time, we didn't like it. We said it the second time, we didn't like it. So we took it back apart a third time, and we got it where we want it. Now I know from years and years and years of experience, it's gonna settle. The front's gonna settle, the back's gonna settle. But this car now has a fully adjustable suspension. We have adjusters in the front, we have adjusters in the rear. Now we don't have the adjustment capability of an air ride suspension. We could probably go up as much as 2 inches. If it settles, we could probably adjust 2 inches back into it. This is the ride height that we want to maintain right here. The car still rides good. We don't have no scrubbing. It don't ride like a washboard. It don't ride like my Chevrolet, but it don't ride like a washboard either.
You're trying to achieve a look too.
We're trying to achieve a look. I built a lot of Volkswagens, but I really enjoyed this one. Look at that, she's tucking tires all the way around. I'm afraid it won't go on the trailer. That is too cool. And this is the end of another good week. Spent a lot of time this afternoon cleaning up around the porch project and just moving stuff back up under it. Trying to clean up around the place, trying to get this project to an end. They pulled the roof. Robbie and his crew, Robbie and Pedro and Orlando pulled the metal off the roof this past week. So we had a lot of screws to pick up and get up out of the driveway before we had a flat tire. But taking today, just kind of hanging out, do a little cooking, take a day off.